In today's lecture, we are going to discuss tools of data collection. When someone is doing research, he or she needs data for the research, and the data is collected with the help of different data collection tools. Some data collection tools are listed here: questionnaires, interviews, and observation. So first we will discuss about the interview schedule. The interview is nothing but one-to-one direct communication between researcher and subject for collection of data. In this interview, series of questions to be asked in an interview by the interviewer. There are different types of interviews: structured, semi-structured, non-directive, and focused. How to conduct an interview? Interview schedule should be as per objectives. The planning of time, duration, place, mode of recording should be decided before conducting the interview. There should be formalities that should be followed in the interviews. Respect not to answer right of the subject. Use of appropriate language, positive body language, directing the interview, and questioning with proper stress and tone. Use of subject questions if required. What are the limitations of interview? Sometimes in interview there is hesitation to express by the interviewer. Then vague questions may be asked. Time restriction or time bound period is there for interview, so less time for thinking. Questions are subjective and researchers' influence. Consequences: manipulated, polished, or sophisticated or socially accepted responses may be preferred. So these are the limitations of interview. The second tool used in data collection is questionnaire. So questionnaire is nothing but the series of questions in written form. It is indirect interview and it is widely used tool. This questionnaire is objective tool. Factual data are required in this questionnaire. Large sample size should be there. It takes minimum cost and time, and without bothering the geographical limitations, you can use the questionnaires. So there are different types of questionnaires: open, closed, mixed. You can use the questionnaires through email, or you can use different platforms on web for collecting the data. You can use live questionnaires also, and you can use the questionnaires from the remote. Development of questionnaire. Questionnaires should be objective. It should be used for content analysis. There are different types of questions should be asked. Questions should be asked in a systematic sequence. Statistical technique can be applied on this collected data. So questions should be clear, correct, to the point, and appropriate. Appropriate numbers. How the questionnaire should be conducted. Appointment should be taken before sending the questionnaire. Take into the confidence. You should give the disclaimer that this data is to be kept is be the data should be confidential used in the questionnaire. Instructions and expectations should be clear. Tackling questions, tackling queries should be asked. Postage and formalities are properly used in this questionnaire. What are the advantages of using questionnaire? Questions asked in the questionnaire are objective, so objectivity is there. Freedom to think because it is written. Flexibility of time. There is no time restriction like interview. So this is the third advantage. And free to answer. Now, what are the limitations of questionnaire? Questionnaires are difficult to analyze. Sometimes environmental effect is there in questionnaire. Collection of questionnaire is a challenge, and questionnaires are also ambiguous sometimes. So what are the qualities of good questionnaire? There are some external qualities and there are some internal qualities. External qualities: instructions, primary information, font and style, grammar, quality, color and size of paper, proper space for response and postage. All these are the external look or the qualities of external questionnaire. There should be clear cut instruction and primary information should be provided. Font style, grammar, grammar, proper grammar should be used in the questionnaire. Quality, color, and size of the paper should be appropriate. Proper space, all these external qualities should be followed in the questionnaire. And what are the internal qualities? Clear and simple questions should be asked. The questions should be valid and reliable. And the questions asked as per the age of the subject. Divisions as per the objectives. And pilot study. These are the internal qualities of good questionnaire. Interview versus questionnaire. So interview conducted is in live or at real time, whereas questionnaire takes its own time. Interview is direct questionnaire and questionnaire is indirect interview. It is more subjective, this is more objective. Useful for experts, useful for subjects, teachers, students. To know views, this is to collect the factual data. More time per subject, it takes minimum time and more information. Variety of data from a person can be collected. Specific data from more subjects can be collected in formal way, and this is formal. Not easy to analyze. Comparatively easy to analyze. It is flexible, it is rigid. The interview is one-to-one interaction. Questionnaire is one-to-many react interaction. Researcher note responses. Here subject notes responses. Types. Now the third tool is observation. So observation types are overt, convert. So overt is subjects are aware with the observation and convert is subjects are unaware with the observation. So this is participant based observation and here non-participant based observation is there. Precautions in observation. Appropriate tools should be used for observing the subjects. Field note should be taken carefully. It is the informal approach. There should be good rapport building should be there, and it should be clearly understand by the researcher what to observe. A researcher can use audio-visual devices for the observation. Now, advantages: natural response can be gained from this observation. Real collection of data, all around data. Then this is the self-experience of the researcher. Understanding the subjects, useful for sociological research, useful for linear research. Limitations. Subjectivity is the important limitation of observation. This is the temporary form of data acquired. This data is difficult to analyze. This is time consumable and practical difficulties are there in collection of this type of data. So these are the three important tools used in research by the researcher. Thank you.